Hello, please welcome to my presentation. This is me, Nicole Ineza, presenting. We're going to be learning about if the level of trust in governance is associated with media control, basically in Kenya. This research investigated the media's control effect on trust in governance and democracy in Kenya. Social media has grown significantly in importance as an instrument for political activism mobilization among young people in Kenya, according to Ndera and Muro in the paper they wrote in 2017. There is also a need for additional empirical studies to cross knowledge gaps regarding the relationship between media control, public confidence in government, and democracy in Kenya. This was an article also written in 2015. The research questions I used, the major research question that guided my associations was, is the level of trust in governance associated with media control? So the associations that came out of this research question is the freedom of joining political organizations in Kenya associated with media freedom to publish versus government control in Kenya. Also, the second one is the trust in parliament or national assembly associated with frequency of being careful about what you say. When we talk about careful what you say, we are talking about a person taking caution while saying anything because they are afraid maybe it will bring a negative impact to their lives. The third association is the freedom of speech associated with trust in government. So the methods used, the first thing was the sample was 2,400 people, but it was sized down to 1,170 individuals because looking at the data from the Afrobarometer, it included people with an age of less than 18 years, and according to Afrobarometer, it only uses individuals who are 18 and above, so an age of 16 or 17 was faulty data, so I had to remove it and remained with 1,170 people out of 2,400 that was there initially. So the variables I used, one was trust, which is I coded it as trust, but in the code book was trust in local government council. Another variable I used is media, which was coded as perception of media control in the code book. Another one was say, which was coded as freedom of speech or how often careful what you say in the code book. And the last one was age, which was used to size down the data to remove the faulty age. So inferential test and chi-square test. So for inferential test analysis, I used chi-square test because all my associations were categorical to categorical. There was no numerical data in my associations. So for the first association, which is relationship between trust in government and perception of media control, the null hypothesis was there is a relationship between trust in government and perception of media control in Kenya, while the alternative hypothesis was there is no relationship between trust in government and perception of media control in Kenya. The second association I tested for is relationship between freedom of say and perception of media control. Now hypothesis was there is a relationship between freedom of say and perception of media control in Kenya, and the alternative hypothesis was there is no relationship between freedom of say and perception of media control in Kenya. So the third association is trust in government council associated with how often careful what you say. The null hypothesis was there is there is relationship between trust in local government councils and how often what you say in Kenya, and there is the alternative hypothesis was there is no relationship between trust in local government council and how often what careful what you say in Kenya. Sorry for the third one, the HO and the HA are messed up. So for the results, here is the table. For people who say they have complete trust in the government, 14% of them supported free media, while 19% supported government control media. Those who had little trust in government council, 59% supported free media and 58% supported government control media, and 28%, those who had no trust in government, 27% supported free media and 23% supported government controlled media. So this is the graph, and we also ran the chi-test results. The x-squared value was 9.69 with the degree of freedom of 4 and the p-value of 0.045. So with the degree of with the p-value less than 0.05, because I was using the 95% confidence level, so we reject the null hypothesis and conclude that there is no and we conclude that there is no association between trust in local government councils and how often careful what you say in Kenya. Test, which was between freedom of speech by perception of media. So people who say they are never careful what they say, which is coded as no, 15% supported media, free media, while 19% supported government control media. So the second, out of people who supported free media, 32% say they rarely think about what they say, and those 27% of who support government control media said they rarely think about what they say. They are not very careful, that's what I mean. And then 53% of those who support free media say yes, they are always careful about what they say. And then 54% of those who support government control media said yes, that they are always careful what they say. Another chi-test results, and for this one we failed to reject the null hypothesis. In the conclusion, we concluded that from the three hypotheses friend that trust in local government council and freedom of say affects trust in government. Therefore, looking at the close association between freedom of say and perception of media control in Kenya, and also the association between trust in local government council and often what you say in Kenya, leaders should be careful how much they control the media and how open they are when electing government council in order to achieve transparency within the nation.